Hello, and welcome to volume 17 and a half of My Prostate is Trying to Kill Me. I'm Mark Graves. I'm just a regular guy living with prostate cancer and trying to kill it. Thanks so much for being along for the ride. I appreciate it. I had told you when I started this thing out that I was going to just, share everything with you. The good stuff, the bad stuff. We've seen a lot of good stuff in here, had a lot of good days. Yesterday, that was not it. That was not it. And thank you so much to everybody that took the time to text me, to leave me messages, whether it be on Facebook, direct messages, or on Instagram, or however you guys contacted me yesterday. It was felt, it was appreciated, and it was sorely needed. I got a lot of love from my wife last night. So when I woke up this morning, fantastic. And it's funny because I can always tell when I wake up in the morning if it's going to be a pretty good day, and I always judge it by, do I have my radio voice or not? Since I'm on Lupron and Extandia, it takes away all my testosterone, which has made my voice rise because the estrogen has taken over. So I have more female stuff going on in my body than I used to. And that was one of the reasons I always preferred doing morning radio to doing evenings, was that in the morning, I had more of that baritone in my voice. And it was great. Now, it's later in the day, and granted, I've been yakking a lot today. I was over to see my mom and dad for lunch, so, I talk a lot. But it does take a lot of energy, and by the end of the day, I start to lose my voice. Around 8 o'clock at night, I really talk softly. There's just not a lot left because I run out of energy. But God, it felt good this morning. Got up and I was actually playing around driving to my radiation this morning. Good morning. It's so nice to have you along. Glad to be driving down the road with you. Which still not as much baritone as I had before I started taking the hormone treatments, but felt good. And I had somebody yesterday that said, man, we would miss you if anything happened. We like mostly memories of the days of being at Kick FM and that kind of stuff. And I miss that too. I really do. I enjoy getting 8 hours sleep now. When I was working for the radio station for Art Astor. I was working at AT&T as a cable splicer, and then I was doing stand-up comedy. So between the three of those, I wasn't getting a whole lot of sleep. I would be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get ready to do the show, drive into the radio station, do the show, get off at 10 to 9 was my last break. So I would start the last set of commercials, and then I was out the door. And fortunately, the radio station, the studio, wasn't that far from where I worked in Anaheim for AT&T. And I could make it there in time, have the crew meeting, jump in the truck, boom, I was on my way. Do my 8 hours or 8+ with overtime. And then during the time I was doing stand-up comedy, then I would, do like a jungle shower, or if I had enough time, go home and actually shower. And then I would go down and do shows at the Improv or any of the other comedy clubs that, were available at the time. And then get to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning and start it all over again. And it was interesting because I was reading an article last week, and it was talking about the importance of getting that 8 hours of sleep. And they were saying that if you don't get the 8 hours of sleep, it doesn't allow your body to go into enough cycles of REM to be able to recharge your batteries, because your body needs that. So I figure if I was only getting 3 or 4 hours sleep a night, on a good night, then I wasn't going into REM enough. And they were saying some of the consequences of that were high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, cancer. So no telling what kind of damage I did to my body over the years. Plus, I'll bet I would look a whole lot younger if I had gotten all that beauty sleep. I don't know. But I'm used to it now. I retired from doing radio when Kelly and I got married. So that was about 12 years ago. So no more morning show. I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. So I just had the one job, and that was up until January. And now I'm retired. So I go to bed at night and then sleep through, usually get my 8 hours. And I tell you, I love my 8 hours of sleep now. It's kind of fantastic. So I'm getting up really early now because my radiation for the rest of my treatments is going to be at 7:30 in the morning. So I'm up early and I'm out the door. But man, I just feel so good today. I wish I could hug y'all. I would love to, because I can't tell you how much the support goes. And everybody else that I've talked to that's in the same boat that I am, everybody that's suffering with cancer, they're fighting some kind of a disease. They have people around that they rely on to boost them up, to hold them up, to be steadying them and be their rock. It's more important than you'll ever know. And it doesn't even have to be anything huge. But I'll tell you what, I was blown away today. Amazon stopped by and dropped this off for me. It says, a little treat for your feet. And I have to say, my buddy Curtis Sanchez, he's a sick puppy. but I love them. And he got me socks. He said that he saw the pictures and the videos and stuff, and he says, you know what, you need to have something on your legs. So he sent me some foodie socks. This one is tacos and chilies. There's another one with pizza on it, another one with hamburgers. So I love you, Curtis, and I'm going to be wearing these next week. I'll get pictures taken in the room there. Hopefully they'll let me get on the machine with these and we'll snap a couple of shots. But thank you, brother. I really do appreciate that. The weekend is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. When you're retired, I guess it doesn't really matter. But still, it's a Friday night, so I'm going to cook a nice dinner for my wife. Steak and some asparagus and some potatoes, and it'll be a good one. And starting next week, we're going to go back to the beginning of this whole thing when I got into the hospital and got started. And over the weekend, I'm going to go through my mental notes and line that back up so we can do that chronologically. And there was actually, believe it or not, some funny stuff from being in the hospital. I was, who was I talking to? Tamara. I was talking to Tamara on Facebook, and right after I got out of the hospital, she called me, and we just started talking about it. And both of us were in tears. We were laughing so hard from some of the things that happened. So I'll be telling you about those stories, and hopefully you'll get a kick out of it too. And if you're going through what I'm going through, maybe it'll make you feel a little more at ease. It might relax you and just let you know, you know what? It's going to be okay. It really is. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer for men, but it's also the most beatable. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And if you'd like to join me for that ride, then please click on the subscribe button below, hit the little bell, and it'll notify you when the next video is up. And if you would, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. So God love y'all. Have a great Friday night. And I can't promise I'm going to post over the weekend, but if not, I'll see you on Monday, okay? So have yourselves an awesome weekend.